Hello, welcome. My name's Tina. This is Simply in Stitches. In this video, I'm going to share with you my new storage for my yarn. It used to have my cross stitch in, but that's been packed away because I'm all about the knitting at the moment. So I thought I wanted to really organise my stash. I've only got a small stash. I like to buy things knowing what I'm going to use them for, so I like to use every bit of what I buy. So I like to be organised so I know what I've got, because otherwise we just forget about it, don't we, if it's at the back of the wardrobe. So I have gone for like the KonMari method where you put like with like. So I have put them in different drawers, different weights of yarn. So I've also know what projects I'm going to be using these for, so I'm going to be sharing what projects I'm going to be using as well. Let's start with the top drawer, which has got all my 4-ply fingering sock yarn in there. There isn't a lot in here because I have already been sorting out all the scraps into a project I was going to do. So one, I've already started using all the very little bits on a crochet blanket. But in this box is where I sorted out a lot of minis. So we'll have a look at that first. In this box I have got 20 gram minis. So in this box, it wants to go again. I've got 20 gram minis. And I haven't got enough for the project that I'm doing yet, but as I use the others, then I will add to it. These are all my scraps, and the project I'm going to do with those is the anthology throw, and that's by Curious Handmade. I'm jumping on that bandwagon, just everyone else is knitting it. And I think the same reason I want to knit it as everyone else is because it's a circle, and I'm curious how you do that, and I think it's something that can be adapted later on for different ones to use up different scrappy projects and things. And I think it looked really nice on a bed as well. I quite picture it on my bed when it's finished. That is my plan for these minis. So there's not a lot left in there, but I shall show you what is in there. So these are all going to be for socks. I really fell in love with Nord sock yarn, and so I wanted to have some more colours of that, and I was put it on my Christmas list and Santa brought some for me. So I've got 3 different colours of the Nord's alpaca sock yarn, and then I've got this beautiful skein from Rosie's Knitting Shed, and so that's asking to be something special as well. The colour is called Visions of Sugar Plums. So beautiful. It's coming out a little bit brighter on my screen, but it's more of a purpley pink colour. It's softer than, looks quite cerise on the screen in some parts, but it's more of a, I mean, it's bright. It's just my colours. But yes, they're beautiful. I'm looking forward to knitting that one. And I've also got a new knitting bag for Christmas. So thank you, Ellen. So I'm really looking forward to making some socks and putting them in there. I'm behind with my sock knitting. I haven't cast any on. I'm going to be doing Year of Socks 2023. And so I am going to be casting on in this green colour, either today or tomorrow. This is going to be the Woodland Walk socks by This Handmade Life. So I'm going to be casting those on. Perfect colour for those. That is all I have in my sock yarn drawer. Next one's a bit heavier. So I've got a pattern there because that's what I'm going to use in here. I have cotton yarn that I bought last summer. Didn't use that. I used this one, but realised that it's not going to be something I'm going to wear. It's like a vest top. And while I was knitting it on holiday, I thought, because it's a DK weight, I thought I'm never going to wear this because it's just too thick for what I need. So that is definitely not. I was liking all the videos that were coming out with all these bright young things wearing their little tops, thinking, yes, I could have something like that. But it's not going to be a winner for me. So that is the Drops Muscat. So I need to come up with something to use for that, which is mercerised cotton, 100%. Then this one is Drops Cotton Light, and it's cotton polyester blend. And I'm thinking for this one, and also this Drops Bell, which is, I think it's got linen in this one, 50%, 53% cotton, 33% viscose and 14% linen. I was thinking for one of those, I would like to knit the ranunculus. So everybody but me, apparently not, because I said this in a video before, in a podcast video, and I had lots of people said they haven't knit one yet. So I'm thinking maybe that would be a good thing to do, like a little test knit of see what I think to it. So it's a DK weight, so it'd be a bit thicker, but I'm thinking for like a summer ranunculus, but with sleeves, because I've got enough yarn to have sleeves as well as a throw on over like a vest top or something when it gets cold. I don't know, but this is my thinking to use that up. So I think one of those colours, I'm thinking maybe the blue would be very useful for like a cooler, like spring day, long sleeve a long sleeve ranunculus. So yes, I'm thinking that, because then like jeans, one of those with a vest top underneath would be useful, and yeah, nice, and I'm looking forward to doing that yoke. This one here is just an Aldi yarn that I picked up. I picked up this and a berry colour, used the berry colour for my Whitmore cardigan, which I made last year, and that turned out really well. No plans for this, I just like the colour. It's probably not going to pick up on here, but it's a cream, but it's more like a what I'd call an oyster cream colour, so it's got a pinky tone to it. Don't know what I'm going to use that for. I've also got some Style Special K double knit, because this is, I'm knitting a toy fox and she has clothes, so I'm going to be making clothes with that. Oh, there's some leftovers of that cardigan I made in the Aldi yarn. So yeah, I've just got a little bit of that, but not really much. But I've kept it there, so when I get some more scraps of DK weight, then I'll perhaps do a colour work, like a cowl or something, or some mitts or something. So I've just kept that in there. And that's the reason for keeping all the same weight in the same place, so I can see then what scraps I've got and what colours go together, see if there is something I'd like to make with them. That is my DK drawer. Next drawer is my Aran weight. Mainly in here I've got Drops Air, and this is an alpaca. It's 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide and 7% wool. Used this lots of times before, really love this yarn. It's just lovely and soft. Being like a blown alpaca, it's not as durable as some yarns, but it's just so nice to wear. So yes, got that, and I'm planning on making that into February ladies cardigan. Pattern, it's got nice sleeves, it's like it comes out like a bell shaped at the elbow, like 3/4 length sleeves. It's got a nice bit of lace down the bottom, that's garter at the top part, so it's got details on. So I only wanted to have something very plain and sort of neutral that would go on to any sort of blouse or summer top or something. I thought that would be a nice cardigan for that, so I've gone for this like very light oatmeal-y colour. Yeah, I think that would just be a nice snuggly, but not looking like a winter cardigan, but still nice warmth to it. So that is the plan for those ones. And then I've just got my scraps. So I've got, this is actually called, what is this? Not wish. This is the one that I knit this sweater from, and it's supposed to be a chunky yarn, but I knit the flax as an Aran weight and it come out really nice. So I've put this in with my Aran weight for an Aran weight scraps. And I've also got some Drops Air there from a cardigan I made previously. I could combine some of these as well to make a project later on. This next one is an Aran weight drawer as well, but it's a big project. All of this is for one project. So it's actually for the Trinnigan, which is by Andrea Mowry, and it's a long, it's like a coatigan. I'll put a picture in to show what it looks like. The main colour is going to be this blue, and then in the little pockets, the little windows, I was going to use this variegated. So because it's so big, I wanted to just use an acrylic, because drying something big like that, I just want it easy wash, easy drying and everything. I have gone, and expense to be honest. Something that big in wool is going to be expensive, isn't it? That's out of the budget. I have gone for the Stylecraft Special Aran, and this is 100% acrylic. So it's a deep, like midnight blue, because once again I wanted it to be able to throw it on a lot of things. And then for that contrast underneath, I've gone for Stylecraft again, and it's called the Amour. And this has got lots of beautiful shades, and I'm hoping that it will show up, apart from, let me put my box down, apart from that purple, I think those shades should show up really nicely. And I think it's going to be really interesting to knit, and just something to throw on over jeans and a t-shirt. So yeah, very excited to start knitting that one. So that is all that is in that box. Like I say, that's going to be a lot of knitting. This next one is a one project box as well. For this one I am knitting the Chunky Dahlia, and it's by Lynette. Picture will be here. And once again, because of the thickness, heaviness of this chunky sweater, the washing and drying ease, I've decided to go for acrylic again. So this is Life Chunky by Stylecraft, and this has got 25% wool in this one, but still machine washable. Once again, this is darker than's coming up on the screen there. This is like a dark magenta colour. I thought because it's like a flower, that would be nice to have as like a flower colour. And it's my colour, deep reds, and this sort of colour. This is the sort of colour I like. That I'm thinking isn't going to be, it's a big knit, but I think it's not going to take so long because of the chunkiness of that yarn. That is all that's in there. And the last drawer is a one project drawer as well, and this is going to be the Holiday Slipover by Petite Knit. I've never knit a Petite Knit pattern before, but I thought I would just like to have something that I can put over like a shirt, because through winter we're wearing sweaters all the time, and I just thought it'd be nice to have something chunky and warm, but that you can put on. And if, like, we just had Christmas, when you're going to visit somebody, you don't know how high their heating's going to be on. I mean, most people have been quite cool this year, but generally you don't know how warm it's going to be, especially if there's a few people there. So it's nice if you got like a blouse or something, button down shirt, and then have something chunky on, so it keeps you warm if it's a bit chilly, but then you can also take it off if you are getting warm and you just want to be a bit lighter. So that's my thoughts on this one. So I have chosen, and I use a lot the Wool Warehouse because it's quite local to me. Not that local, but we haven't really got many yarn shops, so generally I use the Wool Warehouse because they've got everything I need at the click of a button. I would love to have a yarn shop locally, but unfortunately I haven't. I generally go to them and they have brought out their own selection of yarns. I thought I would try one of their yarns for this project, and so it's the Yarn Smiths Create is what they're calling the brand, and this is in super chunky. And you can see it's quite an open ply. It's very soft and loose. So this is 100% acrylic. I'm going to see how this knits up. I think it would be interesting to see. And yeah, there's a lot of yarn there for a little slip over. So I'm presuming it eats it very quickly. So that's going to be a quick project as well, I'm sure. That is all of the things in my drawers. As I said, I haven't got lots of yarn because I do try and use things up as I go, and so generally these I should get some empty drawers, but it's my birthday in April, so I'll probably be planning some more things by then. But as those drawers empty, that means I can put all my project bags I've made into a drawer, and I can also put my patterns in there that I want to knit. When I can see that the yarn's going down, I can then plan the next project and get that ordered. If you haven't checked out my video sharing the sweater patterns that I will be knitting this year, and you want some more information on the ones I've shown today, then you can check out that video next. But until then, take care and I'll see you soon.